Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, we saw a little of this paragraph in last class, but the nature of Jnani, Vijnani is quite different. The sign of I go back, Master to Shashadhar. The first sign of knowledge is peaceful nature. The second is absence of egotism. You have both. There are other indications of a jnani. He shows intense dispassion in the presence of a sadhu. He is a lion at work. For instance, when he lectures and is full of wit before his wife, all laugh. The need of fun and a little humorous way of living unites people. But the nature of the Vijnani is quite different. As was the case with Chaitanya Deva, the difference between Jnani and Vijnani, Sri Ramakrishna is making it very clear to us. He acts like a child or a madman or an inert thing or a ghoul. While in the mood of a child, he sometimes shows childlike guilelessness, sometimes frivolity of adolescence, and sometimes, while instructing others, strength of a young man. Pundit, by what kind of bhakti does one realize God? Sri Ramakrishna is telling them the differences, how it will be. The Jnani and Vijnani. One is, both have the freedom from the external world, but the states are in such a way that it is spontaneity and naturalness that Vijnani shows. It is like a proficient person. Now, everyone can sing. But when a proficient person sings, what is the difference? A skilled worker, so many varieties of workers in the same profession. And you can see people doing lot of work with all perfection and in short time. Some people do take long time to finish the same task. The skill and ability to do like that, how spontaneously they'll be doing. Those who learn driving in the early period of life, they smoothly drive vehicle. There won't be any kind of clash or this, that. Smoothly going. The inside who is sitting, you will not get any jerk or feeling of any movement. He can silently sleep inside without any kind of jerk. When taking turns or applying brake, or their management is They will not be seeing immediate part of the road. They'll be seeing at least half a kilometer far off to manage the whole traffic and move smoothly. So they are experts. The spontaneity with which they express their profession. Those who learn later ages, they have to calculate and drive. They have to see here, there, and then they don't, just it will be going. Like that, the Vijnani and Jnani. Jnani is still immature but tries to maintain the Jnana. His Jnana is spontaneous in Vijnani. Seeing that, Pandits have understood the secret what Sri Ramakrishna want to convey. But his problem is where to begin, how to go. Those are all parinamas, the end points. How shall I reach that end point of perfection? Pandit, by what kind of bhakti does one realize God? Master, 3 kinds of bhakti are found. According to the nature of the man, Sattvic bhakti, Rajasic bhakti, and Tamasic bhakti. The 3 gunas bhakti. In all aspects of life, we have these 3 varieties. Sattva, Raja, Tama. These are associated in our day-to-day life and our existential life in these 3 ways. Sattva is very close to reality and calm and pleasant, full of knowledge and wisdom, love and compassion. The other is Rajas. In Sattva, there is giving and not seeking. In Rajas, he is full of desires, running about here and there. Good desires, sometimes bad desires. Bad desires also is Rajasic, but Tamas is involved because of the badness or evil tendencies in it. There are Rajasic who are full of Rajas desires. These are harmless desires, but postponing our realization. Like, I want appreciation from the people also when I do the worship. Oh, he does nice worship. Oh, he spent so much money on the celebration. All these are Rajas. In Sattva, oh, God must be pleased, all must be happy, the world must flourish. All these things are there in Sattva. Rajas is full of desire. They are giving desires. Here seeking desires. And then Tamas is to harm others or excessive lust and greed. Those kind of nature. Intensely selfish, intensely self-centered. Sattva, God-centered. Rajas, man-centered. Sattva is evil-centered. So, Tamas is evil-centered. Sattva is God-centered living. Rajas is the human nature. There is divine nature. Sattva. Rajas is human nature. All demands of the soul is expressed. And it is human based, not animal based. Divine, human and animal nature. When it is human based, it is there is human in me, there is divine in me, and there is animal in me. Where am I taking my base? If I am taking the base in my divine nature, in the God within, then it is sattva. If I am taking the human nature, I want a house, I want this, I want that, I want a car, I want name and fame. All these are human nature. And human in him he has centered. And there is animal nature within which makes him selfish. He doesn't want to spare for others. He doesn't want to give away. Here comes the evil tendencies also into the tamasic picture. And he is self-centered. The self, which type of self? This is the self is the selfishness. That kind of selfishness and self-centered. I will do. Human nature, in human nature, I will utilize all this and enjoy. I will do and enjoy is tamasic. So there the self-centered term gives a different meaning, you see. Very harmful tendency. So this sattva, raja, tama, you will see in every field of our activities and thinking. Thoughts, actions and feelings. All the three, it will be reflecting what state you are. We have to grow from the animalhood to the divinehood. Drop away one by one. We drop totally the animalhood we have to destroy within. Go beyond the human also and reach the sattva. From sattva, it is just you can start seeing the divine. You can see the God. You can approach. Then you can realize. So bhakti also has sattva, rajatama. Sattvic bhakti is known to God. Is known to God alone. His love, his devotion is known to God alone. He secretly loves God. It makes no outward display. A man with such devotion loves privacy. Perhaps he meditates inside a mosquito net where nobody sees him. When this kind of devotion is awakened, one has not long to wait for the vision of God. The appearance of the dawn in the east shows the sun will rise long before long. A man with Rajasic Bhakti feels like making a display of his devotion before others. He worships the deity with 16 ingredients, Shodashopchara Puja, as described in the books of rituals. Enters the temple wearing a silk cloth, puts around his neck a string of Rudraksha beads, interspaced here and there with beads of gold and ruby. A man with tamasic bhakti, all the three Sri Ramakrishna is describing how the displaying aspect of bhakti, he wants to love God and express, but at the same time he wants to others to see. In sattva, the tendency is not there. God is pleased, everything is all right. He secretly loves God. Silently, he is there silently in divine awareness. Whereas he wants to display and also be devoted to. He is devoted to God, but display is there. I want others to see also. The small desires, that how much of these tendencies are there other than loving God, is how far we are from God. We are very close within His circle as if we are at the border. if we are in sattva. We are standing at a distance from him according to our worldly desires and extreme physical enjoyments and all. He is dipped in and far away from God. How far away he himself doesn't know. That is tamasic. A man with tamasic bhakti shows the courage and boisterous of a highway robber. It is bhakti, it is devotion. A highway robber goes on his expedition openly, shouting, "Kill, ponder." He is not afraid even of 8 police inspectors. The devotee with tamasic bhakti also shouts like a madman, "Hara, hara, vyom, vyom." Footnote: by such loud exclamations, a devotee of Shiva invokes the ideal deity. Victory to Kali. He has great strength of mind and burning faith. A Shakta has such faith. He says, "What? I have uttered once the name of Kali and of Durga. I have uttered once the name of Rama. Can there be any sin in me?" The Vaishnavas have the tamas doesn't include the evil aspect because he is a devotee. But the way in which he approaches the God is different. Be anything excessive lust, excessive greed, excessive way of anything is tamasic. He doesn't know how to balance. It may hurt many people, doesn't matter. What he wants to achieve. The same thing is now turned to the divine. He is greedy after God. Long back, Yatishwaranandaji Maharaj was there in Bangalore as the president of the Bangalore Center. It was in 1960s. I had no contact at that time with that center, or we have heard name of Sri Ramakrishna, Thakur Mother Swamiji and all that, but had not yet read any books or had personally come into contact with the Mutt and Mission. Or only a few devotees here and there taking the name of God or telling about Vivekananda and all this of the past stories were common. So Yatishwaranandaji was there at that time. I could not see him. But one day he was taking a class for men. He would take class separately, women they would take class separately. Then the ashrama dimensions are also very small. Prayer hall and a building for the president's quarters and office buildings and a garden thing. On the other side is a hostel for children to study. Small, a cowshed also was there. Garden, some produce used to be there of coconut and all that. So during those days, he was taking class for women to accept spiritual things. He would not speak to people anything other than spiritual, because he used to remain immersed in that spiritual world at the feet of Divine Mother, Thakur Mother and Swamiji. So the whole atmosphere was charged with spirituality. The moment anybody sees him, a kind of serenity dawns in the heart, and he makes him turn meditative awareness, as if he wants to see God, a kind of longing, a kind of repentance. Oh, I have not yet achieved anything in my life. At the same time, a kind of serenity. Oh, as if I am going to have everything in this field. That kind of, a kind of fulfillment also, like as if, oh, I have come to the right path. I may take years and lives, but I am the right path. That kind of a consolation within. That was is to take classes, how the classes would have been. When his normal talk in the world is only spiritual, when he takes the spiritual world, how it would be. An ecstatic state, as if everybody is in a different world. Then at the end of the class, a woman devotee, asked Maharaj, I want something from you. Will you give me? Never anybody has asked such a thing. But he knew something strange that person is going to ask. Then he said, if at all I have, and it is within my possession to give, I will give away. She again asked, will you really give me? He said, if it is within my powers to give, if it is within my range to give, possession to give, I will give away. She said, I want your shrine. We all keep a shrine like this in our rooms. When we join the Mutt and Mission to take up the monastic order life, will be given a picture of Thakur Mother Swamiji. Whole life we keep it wherever we go. Suppose we are transferred to another center, we don't carry anything except a japamala, a wristwatch, and a picture of Thakur Mother Swamiji. Even books we don't carry. All things are available in the next ashrama. They will provide everything. We take the books from library, replace and go away. When she asked how from the beginning of his life he was keeping that shrine, how much he might have felt, all tears, all joys were expressed before that. All longings, all pains were put at his feet in that picture. Anything happens, run to the shrine within the room and express. The days have passed, years have passed. That is the only companion that they carry throughout their life. And when asked, Maharaj was silent. He never expected such a thing anybody would. And he became serious and kept quiet. For he closed his eyes and stayed as if his heart is being taken away. Then he opened his eyes after a few minutes and said, you women, you don't know what to ask and what not to ask. You are possessed by greed. He scolded. You don't have sense of the feeling, what it is, understand what it is. It's like going and asking a mother to give her child. Will anybody ask? This kind of greed. Then finally he said, again he became silent and he said, Yes, it is greed, but because it's a greed for divine things, the greed for God is good. Anyway, I will give it away. He went to his room, brought the pictures and gave her. So that aspect, how they feel, that you can imagine the parting of the things. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.